Hello and welcome to Today in Film, episode 11. I'm your host, Darren Parra, and with me today are...
Greg Toby.
And Harry Gibbons.
Now, today, we're going to be talking about Snowpiercer, based on the French graphic novel of a name I cannot pronounce, or say in any way. Yeah,
Polar Express.
pretty much.
What
Polar
year? Do you know what?
Express.
Polar Express. In the night guard. No. Do you know what year the comic was? Or the graphic novel?
It was the 80s, I think.
Wow, that took a while.
Gee, so this goes back.
So, it was...
Last
that's
part.
24... sorry,
Is it last
I just looked at the wrong one.
Transpersonnage. Last
Yeah.
Transpersonnage. That's my French. You're welcome, everyone.
That is
Bonjour.
that translates roughly to the train.
Ah.
Oh, fair.
I don't know if it does.
Creative.
Just making that up.
Oh my god! Wow, amazing.
Creative titling.
1982.
1982. Wow.
That is something else.
I wonder if they must have sort of like definitely not copied it very much. If it's 1982, this felt like a very quite future vision film.
In a way, yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Something made you laugh, Dom.
Oh, come on. Google Translate. I put it in, right?
Yeah.
It detected French, and it just goes, right, so you know the second word, transposition, right? It just translated to the, and then the exact same word.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
Bloody
That's
hell.
helpful.
So you managed to find out that le means the.
The.
Wow, amazing.
Welcome to B-Tech French, everyone.
Honestly. What? Actually, no. Guys, it looks very much like the graphic novel. Novel?
Yeah. Novel.
The graphic novel
novel.
that we all talk about. It looks so similar, in fact.
How do you mean? The design of the train and stuff?
Design of the train, the character is like a shaved-headed white male with a trench coat on. With guns and trains and snow and guns and snow and...
Snow, guns, trains. It's all you need for an action movie.
Wasn't the quite frequent like Korean actors because it was like a joint production?
Bong Joon-Ho, whatever.
Yes.
Bong Joon-Ho, yeah.
That's it. I mean, I said it close enough.
Parasite guy.
But
Mr. Parasite.
Yeah, so I think, because the second I saw those people, I was like, one of those has to be in Parasite. Like,
and were they in fact in Parasite?
The guy was apparently.
The guy who played the character of Namco was in Parasite, yeah.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah, he played the dad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I see it now. I think that was kind of cool, though, because if this is like, the Noah's Ark, the last sort of bastion of humanity, the actual sort of, variety of nationalities and stuff made sense. It wasn't sort of shoehorned.
This was the last of humanity.
Oh, it's so clever. Wow. Wow.
I kind of want to know where did the train take off from, though?
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
Because Chris Evans is American.
Yep.
Then we have the Irish guy.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have John Hurt, who's British. Then we have Tilda Swinton, who's British. Then we have
Ed Harris is American, right? In it,
I
believe.
So.
Willy Wonka?
Willy Wonka.
Have you ever... I'm assuming you guys know the Willy Wonka theories about this film, right?
Is he Willy Wonka?
No, there's a theory that this is a sequel.
Oh, for God's sake.
And he's Charlie.
Of course.
But think about it, man. Think about it.
That makes total sense.
Turning people into the food source, the W.
Factory.
Is it Wilbur? What was his name? Is it Wilbur?
Wilford.
Wilford, that was it.
Wilfred Mott.
Wilfred Mott. That's the most English name I think I've ever heard for a guy doing an American accent.
That's not Wilfred Mott's the guy from Doctor Who.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh my lord.
I don't know who he is.
I just completely forgot Donna Noble. I was like, nice and smart from Harry. Caught me on I was lacking there. You really caught me lacking.
Yeah, Ed Harris is an American actor.
Yes, from Les Truman's Show percentage.
I forgot what were we talking about. I Google searched it for a reason. I've forgotten what I searched it for now.
Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Not that. I searched that.
His name in the film?
Oh wait, yeah,
Charlie
we were
the
talking
Chocolate
about
Factory?
the food. That was what I wanted to search.
Ah.
That was what I wanted to search because I swear it was bugs. It wasn't people.
Well, no, it was bugs, wasn't it? Yeah, but wasn't there something to do with?
Certainly no Soylent Green.
Yeah.
What are the protein bars made of?
Cockroaches, wasn't it?
Yeah, gelatinized cockroaches. So I was right then.
Yeah,
I was right.
That is grim, isn't it? Oh, when you saw the dude stirring
they
it all
did look
up.
grim.
Oh.
Wait a second. They made them.
Yes, they were made out of seaweed.
No. I mean, there's a company who has made actual ones.
Why? Out of bugs as well.
Yeah.
They definitely had
I'm joking.
It's
from flour, peanuts, strawberries, oats, and flaxseed.
Nah, you got to try it with bugs, man.
Flax seeds, that kind of thing.
You can eat bugs, so like, why not actually try it? Because it literally did just look like brown gelatin. So like, it wouldn't. It's not like it was like movie magic to make it look the way it did.
They were made out of seaweeds and stuff like that, wasn't it?
Oh, it's so grim, man. Yeah. Oh. God. I loved seeing the frontiers of the train, though.
I think right. My kind of weird problem with this film was, and it's just been spurred on by an article I just saw. Right. The people at the back of the train, I thought they were going to be like workers or something, and that was like kind of a workers' revolt, but they were kind of just there.
You've actually raised a very good point there. Actually, they're just
because
they're just lower class citizens for being lower class citizens. Like, there's not a use to them, is there? Really? Wait, what did they do in daytime? Just sleep,
sit around.
Yeah,
just chill, just vibe.
Just the vibe train, all along the vibe train. That's what the French translation actually means. I've heard.
Also, what kind of train has a prison?
The Noah's Ark of all trains.
Also, the biggest thing that it slightly pissed me off when I saw it. Why is there an aquarium on a train in the middle of an snow apocalypse?
You heard, it's just normal. It's
if that thing cracks, and you have a shark coming down.
I mean, Jaws on a train there.
That
Jaws on a train. It's not snakes on a train.
I mean, how cool was
snakes on a train?
Oh, transpercent. Oh, what? So the English translation is actually true, and it's the English translation is snowfall. The snowfall. So Snowpiercer does sort of make sense.
Yeah. Well, it's in the book, that graphic novel. That's the name of the train.
Yeah.
Because in book 2, it focuses on another train that hasn't heard from the first train, so they're worried they're going to crash into the other one.
Oh, that would have been interesting to see. Maybe they'll delve into that in the Netflix series. We're sponsored today by Netflix, so I thought I'd have
no one.
Yeah, doo-doon.
We contacted them. So we had about a.
They contacted us,
idea. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just sat talking to my computer one day, and suddenly an email from Netflix popped up saying,
"Okay,
computer,
play Radiohead."
We like your idea.
But yeah, okay, Google, get us a Netflix sponsorship then. And it did.
Work.
No, God damn it.
But we turned them away.
Right, yeah.
Turn them away.
They offered us to make originals as well because we're screenwriters, but well, they didn't want us, did they? We're too good for them.
We had about 3 sentences and an idea, and they said that's too much.
Yeah,
you need about a
simple one sentence. Yeah. Spanish prison food platform goes down. And they're like,
funding. Snowpiercer. The guy who pitched Snowpiercer to them just basically went trains, and then they went, all right, what's the second one? And they went snow.
Yes, they're like graphic book adaptation, and they're like, make it now. anything that's a graphic novel.
Everyone likes comics.
Everyone comics. So I didn't have Netflix in 2013. Was this a Netflix original?
No, God no. This is not. This is too highly done.
It's too much like an actual film.
2013, Netflix was like
Blockbusters still exist, didn't it?
Yeah,
at that point,
but they were still getting going, weren't they?
Yeah,
there was still DVD rental.
Jesus, that's like 7 years ago now.
Because I didn't watch it until I'd say early last year.
What, Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
The movie or the series?
The series has just come out. The movie.
Gosh.
This was my first time.
What about for you, Dominator?
This was the first time I've watched it. I was going to watch it before, but I was like, nah.
Yeah, nah.
I'll just watch other films I've watched before.
Yeah, I'll just watch another film I've seen before multiple times.
Just because I can.
Oh.
And eventually I'll watch something else, maybe.
I'm not diverting to a different topic, but I genuinely I broke the mold again the other day. I watched a film that I'd actually been, on a watch list of mine that I hadn't seen, that everyone talks about, and I was like, I needed to break the mold. Le Big Lebowski.
Ooh.
So that was my delving into the world of actual cinema that I hadn't seen, which was
that'd be a good podcast episode.
It would.
That would be
interesting.
It's a good film.
But yeah.
Wait, when did this film release?
See, that's interesting.
2013.
It says 2013, but I'm looking on here and it says it premiered and then it's screened at some film festivals.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like confused.
I remember the press for Avengers 1 in 2012 had a lot of Chris Evans without hair because he actually just wore a hairpiece for the whole of Avengers 1.
Oh, yeah, because he was getting ready for this.
For Scott Pilgrim and this, he just had basically since 2009, he just had no hair.
That is mad.
I mean, it's like I was saying to Grug the other day about the fact that the beard,
yeah,
if he'd shot this and then Infinity War,
oh my god,
just actually wore.
He can just have a beard on demand, though.
The Henry Cavill mustache.
He should have, just like a full skin beard. Hang on, there is a scene where he does have that. The shawarma scene. Have you seen it? Because I think he was filming Snowpiercer again. The shawarma scene was shot 6 weeks before the premiere at maximum. It might have even been closer.
No, I swear he's clean shaven in that.
Watch it again. He has a beard and it's covered in plastic.
No way.
I will genuinely make you bring it up on the podcast right now.
Hang on, I found it. I found it. Now. He's covering up his mouth.
Yep. Man had a beard because he was filming Snowpiercer.
That is insane.
That is kind of mental, isn't it?
Yeah. Why Captain America isn't eating during the Avengers shawarma scene or the screen rant? This is This is important.
Oh, yeah.
If it would let me scroll down without freezing.
When you look at all of the Marvel theories, the reason Captain America didn't eat shawarma is number one always, I think.
The main problem was Evans was sporting this.
Oh my god, you actually sound like the Screen Rant guy.
As he was also filming Bong Joon-Ho. Fucking Christ. God damn it.
You having trouble
so they had to figure out a way to cover it up. Because of that, he couldn't physically eat anything. What a shame.
They could have just put his back to the camera, or do that thing that they did in Friends, where they got people who just looked like them to fill in scenes that they reshot.
Stand in.
Like that Monica one that they always on about.
I think what they should have done is just had a waitress just stand right in the way when he ate anything, and then pull away as he rests his hand.
The amount of CGI in that film, they could have just taken a still of side face Chris Evans and basically glued it on top. It doesn't even it could literally be for when the weight it's a static shot. If they just had a bit coming in, it could have literally just been Captain America walking into a door, just superimposed, just walking through the door.
Into a door.
Walking into maybe isn't the best idea for the America's ass,
I mean, he looked like an ass.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see a picture of it again. Hang on, let me bring it up as well.
You should, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the skin thing he's got on it. It's weird.
I think I watched it on like the Endgame deleted scenes or something on Disney+.
If they can do Henry Cavill's mustache, I'm sure they can do Chris Evans' entire beard.
Yep.
Yeah,
definitely.
Just completely edit the facial movements.
It's easier to do. Just smooth it over.
Exactly. I mean, the technology is there.
Color it all in.
Oh my god, the third picture when you type in Captain America shawarma scene is like actually mental.
Captain America. How do you
click Google Images? And the third image across is him actually like. Yeah, it's just like a massive chunky face on the lad. It looks good. I don't know why they didn't like. They could have had him eating. I mean, they've clearly covered up a beard, but like, prosthetics are good, man. No one's gonna. Wait, why didn't he just have like shawarma in his mouth? It would have been so easy.
Go down to the Tumblr bit where it has a GIF. Can you see that or not? Because his face is like, it looks like he's had an allergic reaction to something.
Let us have a look.
It is mental. He's just kind of poking his mouth.
Actually, yeah, maybe it's literally, it's not even like cover up makeup. It's basically just a mask, isn't it?
Oh, that's horrible.
Slapped it on.
I mean,
I don't even think it looks that bad. Like, they could have been fine. They didn't have to hide him.
But if they'd done it at a distance, it'd be all right. But like that, nah.
I think it's actually funny how they did it. You know, it just looks like he's really tired. He's just leaning on his hand when they're all like noshing on Scran.
Black Widow is just like, I'm a human, but I'm all right.
Black Widow's literally not him. Oh my god, why didn't they just sit him where Jeremy Renner's sitting?
What, so you can't see his face?
Literally, it's so much time. Your eyes are only really drawn to Tony and Thor in that scene anyway, because Thor is like noshing on a kebab, I think. And then I don't know what shawarma is. What is shawarma?
It's shawarma. It's shawarma.
Oh,
that's at last. Yeah, but at last, right, we're not talking about.
It's quite Snowpiercer related. Fair enough. Ice Train 3 Continental Drift.
Back
there
to
we go.
Ice Thrasher.
Ice Train 4 Tokyo Drift.
No, we're not talking about Tokyo Drift.
Ice Train 2 The Meltdown. Ice Train 4 Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Honestly, that's what this movie was.
No, that was the third one. I missed it. I messed it up.
Actually, yeah, that'd be a point. If they just had a CGI T-Rex instead of the polar bear,
that would have been quite fun, wouldn't it? That would actually have been like, whoa.
Wouldn't have made any sense, but
it's like a new Ice Age.
And then you have Sam Neill just walk in and go, wow.
Jeff Goldblum's like, life finds a way. just off camera.
Just resting on the snow.
And it's clearly just a sound. Yeah, he's doing that like the resting pose, and it's clearly just like a soundbite from a 1993 film. Like, it's like, there's like a grain to it in the background. It's like, life finds a way.
It's not actually him, it's just a cardboard cutout.
Literally.
It's a billboard. That'd actually be a great ending. They step out, and there's just a Jeff Goldblum billboard just sticking out the snow.
Did Joon-Ho do Train to Busan?
No, that was Park Chan-wook.
No, I don't think he doesn't exclusively do train movies.
Because I'm expecting Parasite on a Train to be the sequel, to be fair.
Parasite on a Train?
Yeah. Suggesting that Parasite's like a slasher film.
No, what we need is a Bong Joon-ho Thomas the Tank Engine, you know? And it's all about class divide.
Honestly,
if anyone's going to write it, I will.
Honestly,
right.
No one's asking for it, and you're like, I mean, there's only one job.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you anyway.
Right, we've only got one choice for the voice of Thomas, and he goes by the name of Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, and he literally only says like one thing.
Don't worry, he's going to play every character.
Did Thomas have a voice?
Yeah, he did.
I've just completely. I don't know.
I
I think he did. The others had voices.
Ringo Starr.
He had a voice.
Ringo Starr was the conductor, right?
No, wait. No, he was the narrator.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Actually, that's the point. I can't remember. I think so. I know they do in the modern one.
I can't say I frequent CBBS much, to be honest.
Neither do I, but it's just.
Nah, Dom goes for that hardcore, Thomas Tank Engine lore,
Yeah, I want What's New Scooby-Doo, but with like the new Thomas the Tank Engine theme.
Right.
Thomas and his friend.
Does Tomic the Tank N?
Tomic the Tank N.
Right?
What?
That's what I've just typed in, right? And it says
Tomic the Tank N.
What? Have a brother. Have a girlfriend.
Have a girlfriend. Thomas the Tank Engine dating 2020, dating an age, star sign. Oh, I love those.
If that's not good enough for you, the bottom one is Thomas the Tank Engine fascist.
Wow. I mean,
I want like Thomas the Tank Engine.
Here first, folks.
These celebrity makeovers, number 20 will have you shocked. NSFW, and it's just Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends. Right, pitch me a character that definitely wasn't on the show. I'm going to go with Reginald. I was going to say something very out of order there, and I'm not going to. Carry on, boys. Oh dear. I instantly regretted that. And you know when you auto-correct yourself while it's happening?
Yeah.
I just shunned my other version of myself mentally.
It doesn't say that there were voice actors.
Did you see recently that there was buses and taxis in Cars 2?
Yeah. I mean, they have James Bond car, so...
However,
basically,
what's the need for a bus or a taxi?
They need to be absolutely massive.
Oh my god!
Exactly, and they're just average size. They're probably smaller.
They made a real one,
real Thomas the Tank Engine with flesh.
Yeah,
a fleshy face.
If you go on the Wikipedia for the TV series,
actually, thank you, Tom. I don't want to be cool like that. Just coming down the corridor.
Oh, but Thomas the Tank Engine, all right? This is a legendary thing. In the Robot Chicken skit, he was voiced by Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh my god, Harry.
So yeah,
Harry.
What
are the Harry and the Hendersons? That one.
There we go.
I don't know.
Harry Brown? Is that a film? Yeah, with Michael Caine. Harry and his bucket full of dinosaurs. That was the Daniel Radcliffe starring.
Oh.
What other Harry? There's not many Harry products.
Harry the Hippo.
I just think of Harry and the Hendersons, the one about Bigfoot and John Lithgow.
Horrid Harry.
Horrid Harry, the movie.
Yeah.
not
I've missed when Henry met Sally.
Oh wait, he's voiced. He's been voiced since 2009.
I was 37 in 2009. That is weird, man.
What?
What?
Right, we're 23 minutes in. We have talked about Snowpiercer for about 2 minutes.
Two solid minutes.
2 solid minutes.
I mean, we're still on trains. 23. We're still on that topic.
Trains. Yeah. Trains are the best thing.
Trains, right? The unlikely sequel to planes and cars.
Much far.
Planes, trains,
and automobiles.
Snails.
You ever seen that film?
I saw back on subject. I saw a train the other day.
Wow.
And it was a fast train,
A Virgin one, was it? The rapid one.
It was a steam train.
How was the steam train fast?
It was just fucking rapid.
Big chuggers. Talk about big chuggers.
Souped up.
Yeah.
It came just charging through. I was just like, Christ on a bike.
Reginald goes on his Pimp My Ride with his steam train. Oh my god. Carry on. Where? Context?
Fun. And we were just coming along the bridge in Leominster, and there was a bunch of people stood looking over. So we pulled over, and they were like, "Oh, there's a train."
And it's weird because there's usually just a river underneath that bridge.
No, it's just
where'd these tracks come from?
Yeah, the train
just
came flying off the side into the river.
No one questioned the fact that it was going through a very 2 foot deep river.
Thomas wasn't expecting it.
Perfect. Oh.
Fun fact: the fastest steam train is the Mallard that went 226 or 16 miles an hour.
Why? Wait, 16 miles an hour?
It was 216 or 226. I can't remember.
I mean, that's rapid, though.
Yeah, they reached the top speed by putting it down a giant ass hill, which is like, it's like it's fast as fuck, boy. Because we put it on like.
Want to see some real speed?
Physics.
We dropped it from a giant height, and it went really fast.
So it just reached. They're basically like, our vehicle can do terminal velocity. Well, yeah.
Guys, we won.
So can I.
You know the land speed record? Yeah. I drove down a big hill instead.
I've got the land speed record of falling to land. The speed in which I hit the land. Like, man. That Snowpiercer train did be fast, though, didn't it?
Oh, that was...
Oh, very fast.
That was very fast. I mean,
we're riveting conversation right now.
What was the engine made of, though? Like, what was fueling it?
Cockroaches, gelatin.
Yeah, eternity doesn't count.
Was it happiness? Or believing in Santa?
It was the children.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Maybe it was. Wait, okay. What was the purpose of the children again? Like, why did some of the kids go to school?
They were there
to
the upper class ones. Do stuff.
No, they weren't even the upper class kids. Wasn't it some of the little Donnies as well?
No, they were like, the ones who were abducted were put inside the engine to like do stuff.
Oh, it was kids running the engine, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a part that basically it became obsolete, and so they had to put children down there to sort of work it.
Oh, I mean,
which is funny because
pays better than my job.
That means that this entire like thing about it's an eternal engine. It isn't, because the automatic kind of side basically died, so it's not eternal. And it would have stopped working. That's
the job of the pool people. It's literally, oh my God, it's such a comment on people. Yeah, I know, but they're just talking about like reproduction is the only purpose of the lower classes, which is kind of a really horrible metaphor. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's their job.
Very, very politically charged film.
Definitely.
I'm gonna write a new version about the one guy who was living down in the quarters, who wanted to become a screenwriter, but he was stuck on a train, and he was lower
at the
class.
end of like the apocalypse, where there's definitely no need for screenwriters.
He just goes, I wrote this story about this train going through this really snowy landscape, and they're just like, that would never happen.
The entire time he's trying to find a pen.
You just come up with like the biggest inciting incident like ever. And the sad truth of it is there never really was a pen, and it's like some Twilight Zone episode.
Never a pen.
It's just a metaphor for obsession. Oh my God, we're going too into this. We're getting way too screenwriter about it already.
Oh my word.
But the second he found a pen, he actually found himself.
It's literally like that Twilight Zone, literally. Second he found a pen, he realised it had no ink.
Had no ink, so he killed himself.
Literally, so yeah. I mean, I feel like it was a very good, as we were talking about, it's basically 1984 on a train, and many of the films like it. It's sort of like, what else is it?
Got
Poseidon. Yeah,
of course, John Hurt. Yeah, he was in the original, wasn't he?
Did he have a peg leg? Was that a thing? Yeah, he sold his body parts, didn't he, for food?
No, he cut them off.
They cut him off because...
No, he cut them off because he was... I don't know how solid that story is. Like, it felt too, like, preachy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to know this. I don't need to know... Like, he said, I know what babies taste like. And then he says about how he had to give up a baby because of his addiction.
Yeah.
And then that baby was the Irish guy, who somehow has an Irish accent.
A really bad one, because he's very much Lancashire in real world.
Yeah,
he is the Irishman from The Irishman.
How does an Irishman get an Irish accent on a train full of people who are not Irish?
Another very good point there. Accents should basically be obsolete because most of them were born after the train set off as well.
Such a weird accent. Like,
oh wait, no, not most. Actually, some of them.
Oh my God! Actually, no. Yeah, the entire accent thing doesn't work because after 17 years, your accent would change. Everyone's accent would kind of merge.
Yeah, it would just be a colloquial train accent, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So Chris Evans wouldn't sound like Chris Evans, and Tilda Swinton Tilda Swinton might, like, depending on the upper class.
Her accent, can we just appreciate her performance in that film?
That
it is
was
one of the
really good
reasons it's so
absolutely
good,
incredible.
isn't it?
Yeah. You know, the way she just said, as it is.
As it is. I
have to, like, every single, like, speech or whatever. Just
it barely looks like her as well, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, she had to spend, like, hours in the makeup chair, like, before shooting.
Sorry to weirdly go back to it again, but she looks like every woman from Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, she's meant to be, isn't she? Like, that kind of...
It is that,
like
look.
northern.
Yeah.
No, not in that
everyone
way.
Everyone in the north looks like that.
Just identical.
Yeah. If you're from Manchester or Newcastle or Scotland or Iceland, you look like Wallace and Gromit. Wensleydale.
Oh, I didn't say it. I watched Curse of the Rare Rabbit the other week.
Need to do that, man. I need to do that. Is it still good? Still quite scary?
Oh, it's still... Peter Kay voices the policeman. And he actually does a good accent.
Is it only
somehow.
At the start?
No, he's in it, like, he's in a few scenes.
Yeah.
But I was just like, that's a nice little bit. You know?
Yeah.
It's noticeable enough.
I like Peter.
But it's
not so much that it's distracting.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, it's that guy.
A celebrity appearance.
Celebrity. It's, oh my god.
Simpsons problem. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, I think that was my problem with Chris Evans' character. Like, I didn't actually know it. Like, couldn't remember his name. All I ever saw was Chris Evans or Captain America.
His name was Emmett, wasn't it?
Sure.
Curtis Emmett.
Curtis, man, like
I swear his name was Curtis.
You're probably right.
Yeah, Curtis something. It said in the credits.
Curtis Curtis. Fuck. Curtis something.
Man.
Curtis Man.
Hugh Curtis Man.
Curtis
Everett. Yep. Curtis Everett.
Probably the name of the one in the comic. Not a very memorable name. Were they in the Himalayas in the film at this point? Or am I thinking of... I think I'm thinking of Murder on the Orient Express. Another train film I watched around that time in, like, 2017.
Wikipedia's just brought up another good point. They said they had to hide his muscly physique. I can't say that they hid it very well.
They didn't at all. He looked
muscly
jacked.
as hell. Like, I know he had a big coat on and stuff, but he looked huge.
Still looked built.
To be fair, the one in the comic did look like a skinny white man with no hair.
That's what he meant to look like.
Nazi?
Because they're eating... Also, how are there fat people still?
I think I remember I said that to my dad as well. I was like, well, how is he jacked? Like,
how is he jacked? How are there fat people?
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone should be the exact same weight, really.
I mean, there's people who do weights in that little bit at the start because they've got nothing else to do, but he wouldn't be. I remember that's like one of the things that I saw. They were doing like exercising.
Just have like some guy who literally looks like the Hulk come in.
Yeah.
Just go, I just exercise all the day. It's just all I do. I nick people's protein bars.
Yeah.
Like I have.
So
what happened to everyone else? How did these people get on? It was the people who believed him, wasn't it? Like, because a lot of people didn't believe him.
What do you mean, get on the train?
Yeah.
I think it was just. I think honestly, the lower end. Well, actually, no, I don't know, because it's like a weird thing of like people didn't believe him, but then why would people not believe him? And why would
if you saw a dude making a Noah's Ark now in 2020, actually, no, you probably considered doing it in 2020 to be fair.
Yeah,
but like last year, if someone was making an Ark and said the end of the world's coming, people would call him crazy.
If he said that now, we'd all say nah.
Then the water rises, and you're just like,
It's all right. We're not in Worcester.
We're not in Worcester. I might make the Worcester Ark, and it's just like only about 2 meters above normal.
The Worcester Ark, yes.
I can just.
It's just like a bridge.
Yeah, it's built off the the St. John's side of Sabrina Bridge, where it's like quite elevated.
Yeah.
Literally just the end of the pathway of that. I'm just going to build like a little wooden platform, which is about 30 centimeters higher than that, so I can still be elitist.
Just stood there looking at
higher ground.
I'm looking. I'm all right. Spitting down upon. It's a lot of saliva
in the middle of the river.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like, I can get down. I've got enough food up here for about 5 hours.
Yeah. Honestly, 5 hours. That's about it. Yeah.
I'll just eat the wood when I run out of food.
And I have no way to get down, so well.
Crunchy.
I guess I'll just have to cannonball in the water.
Is there any weird trivia about Snowpiercer?
Oh, there was. Tilda Swinton liked the protein bars.
She did what?
That's all the one I can remember. She liked the protein bars because she has to eat it.
Oh yeah, but obviously they were made like nice.
Trivia.
I nibble on it.
No, they weren't nice. Oh. They weren't nice. They were like a weird kind of flavour. There's the Bong Joon-Ho, Harvey Weinstein clash. Greg, do you want to say about that one?
Yeah, so basically, so Harvey Weinstein, he not only wanted like sort of narration throughout, but he also wanted the fish scene removed, if you guys remember.
The knife, the axe, sorry. Is that it?
Yeah, and so basically to convince Weinstein that it was needed, Bong basically said that, like his father was a fisherman and it was going to be a tribute to him. And so Weinstein was sort of like, oh, family's important and all that, so let him have it. And later on in an interview, once it was actually released, Bong said, so this is an actual quote, he said, "It was a fucking lie. My father was not a fisherman."
I had this feeling that's where the story was going as soon as it was like, oh, family means a lot. Bong Joon-Ho would be like, yeah. Oh dear, that's kind of funny though.
My dog just died. That's basically it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
And I want to remember my dog. So, hang on.
I mean, fair play to him for screwing over Weinstein.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust.
As he did other people.
Oh. Yeah.
Too early, as some might say. But
some good Miramax films. I'm no way defending him, but some good Miramax films.
Don't say that.
There
was no additional lighting used while filming the torchlight fight scene.
That was so like that's one of the best choreographed fight scenes I think out there.
I'd say it's so cinematic.
With the concept, it's basically just a high concept fight scene. It's like something from like an anime or something like that. I don't watch many, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just it could have been just a fight scene in the train carriage, like a cool looking, old boy looking fight scene where it's like a side on train carriage fight. But to introduce the fact that the lights kept going out and night vision, oh man, amazing.
Oh wow. So John Hurt's character is a homage to Terry Gilliam.
Ooh.
I thought that was his name is Gilliam.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I didn't even think about that.
Surprisingly obvious, but very also, well hidden.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jamie Bell's character, Edgar, was named after Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it really is Jobs for the Boys, this one, isn't it? Like...
Yeah, Edgar and Bong are good friends.
That's sick.
John C. Reilly was initially going to be Mason. And that's
I couldn't see him in this.
No, and then compared to Tilda Swinton, there's absolutely no like.
What the?
I don't know. Her character's just so good, and John C. Reilly, I don't know, just he wouldn't pull it off.
Was he going to do a British accent in Holmes and Watson?
I hope not.
Yikes!
Because that was shocking.
I
bet he would have done. To be fair,
I mean,
it'd have been interesting, but I know he can't do it, so...
Yeah.
Chris Evans personally contacted the director for the audition after hearing the casting news.
Ooh. I mean, if Chris Evans comes to you and you're, like, trying to make a name in Hollywood for your film, you'd go, oh, yeah? Actually, yeah. Yeah, of course.
They actually made the train.
What?
Wow.
They completely...
So it's
they made a replica.
They like put it on like actual like train tracks as well, just like around the world.
328 feet.
I'm guessing it's just on a soundstage, right?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of sick, though. Like that would have cost so much money. I bet it's. What's the budget for the film? It's got to be like 200 mil.
The glasses. So the glasses Tilda Swinton wears are her own glasses.
That doesn't surprise me.
Nice.
The ancient one, looking fresh.
The last scene was shot in Austria. I think that's pretty obvious. It's going to be somewhere like that.
Yeah.
See, when I saw that scene, I thought it was sort of they were keyed in through green screen or something.
Oh, mad. They do walk away for a long time.
Skills. More than 2 hours in the makeup chair. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, the father and daughter also played father and daughter in The Host.
Oh, that was the other one he did, right?
Oh,
yeah,
I'm just wrong. I guess.
So they have been in a film together before.
Yeah, they had good chemistry.
Yeah, they did.
What was the thing called that they were given? What is the name of the
Chrono?
Chrono.
Chrono.
Man, I wonder what. It was kind of mad effects, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Although you could just lock yourself in a drawer and be fine because Chrono.
Jake Gyllenhaal auditioned for this movie.
He looks weedy. He could have done better. I mean, he's ripped as well, but he'd have probably method acted his way into getting very, very skinny.
Yeah. Right, I found the budget.
Oh my god, is it
150 mil at least?
Lower.
200.
Lower.
100 million.
Lower.
80.
60.
Lower.
You kidding
10.
me? Nah, that's gotta be.
No, it's 40.
40 mil. But a train. Oh, that train would cost so much to make.
Honestly, but it's astounding.
But to be fair, it was probably quite a plain out exterior.
To be fair, Chris Evans wouldn't have cost that much either at that point.
Nah, he did it for free. Just wanted to be in a film with John Hurt.
I mean, who wouldn't? R.I.P.
This is the third dystopian-themed movie for John Hurt after 1984 and V for Vendetta.
Is that what it said? I suppose he's done more. Maybe not.
He probably has, but at this point, I assume had. Yeah. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. my dude.
Absolute legend.
There's not much of a. There's not. Oh, it has 2 Oscar winners in it.
Wow.
And 2 Oscar nominees in it.
I'm guessing John Hurt and Tilda Swinton.
No, John Hurt was a nominee.
Ed Harris.
Octavia Spencer.
Oh, Octavia Spencer.
How the hell has John Hurt not won an Oscar before?
No. Actually, to be fair though, what roles could have done it for him? He's a great actor, but then when you think of some of the roles that he did do, it's kind of what one? He's in some of the biggest films of all time, obviously Alien, Harry Potter.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
That's a great film.
I mean, Elephant Man, for goodness sake.
Oh, see, there we go. That's the Oscar winning.
Yeah.
That's today it would be seen as Oscar bait. Obviously, it's such a clever film in itself, but you'd think it's the biopic Oscar bait that you see every year now. So kind.
Jamie. So the 2 leads, the first 2 leads in this film, Jamie Bell and Chris Evans, are actually 2 parts of the Fantastic Four.
Oh my god, I didn't even think.
Oh man.
The weird version of Ben Grimm who's 5'7".
Yeah, because that makes sense. Instead of the
northern Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
The dancing Billy Elliot. By the way, the first time I ever saw Tom Holland, I thought they were related. And then weird, Tom Holland and what's his name? Jamie Bell. Because they both used to have Jamie Bell has a mole on his chin, and Tom Holland used to before he got it removed. And then I read that Tom Holland was Jamie Bell's. Basically, they both played Billy Elliot at the West End, and obviously he played it in the film. How mad is that? He came into Hollywood because he looked like Jamie Bell.
Smart idea.
Do you guys look like anyone? I mean, I know all the 3 of us look like Brad Pitt, so it's kind of easy.
I look like myself, and that's enough for any Hollywoodian.
Yeah, because obviously you're world-renowned.
World-renowned. I mean, doesn't get much better than me.
Sort of think I look like Charlize Theron. No,
I think I look like Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was in Skins, the portrayal in that is a bit questionable. Now I've seen bits of it.
All right, the Revolt of the Seven.
Yes.
That right. Was it pretty obvious to you that it was people related to whatever the Korean people? I've forgotten their names. The fact that he's kind of says about her, and her name's Korean.
Ooh.
The ones who escaped, wasn't it?
The 7, yeah. Because I think it's it makes some sense.
Yeah, it's not explicitly obvious, but it's sort of clever.
Yeah, why would he know who she was?
Marvel do one-shots, what they used to. I'd love to see a Marvel a one-shot of that escape. That'd be quite cool. Or a 30-minute YouTube short.
A Marvel one-shot.
Remember the one-shots?
Oh, the
short films that they used to do alongside things. Yeah,
they were pretty.
All Hail the King and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're pretty pointless.
Apparently, they're all gonna Apparently, they're gonna use basically all of them as part of lore for the Phase 4 and 5. Is it Phase 5?
Phase 4.
Phase 4.
Phase 5's gonna come soon.
Because the Shang-Chi thing is apparently going to take quite a lot of stuff from All Hail the King. The Trevor Slattery.
Well, because the Mandarin's still alive.
Yeah, and I heard a rumor that this isn't a rumor as in it's been confirmed by set things and all stuff like that. So this isn't spoiler because we don't know at all. But I heard someone suggest that it might start with people killing Ben Kingsley's Mandarin.
Oh, I think we could see him appear at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But imagine if they did a double twist.
He was the Mandarin.
He is the Mandarin the whole time.
That would actually be I actually think they'd have balls to do that. If it was Taika making Shang-Chi, that would definitely happen.
Ooh.
He would be the Mandarin.
I mean, it wouldn't make much sense, but
that would, but you know what I mean? That would, or if the Mandarin inhibited his body and he in fact turned into the Mandarin.
The thing is, the Mandarin, due to the powers and stuff, they could work that.
I don't think this is talking to a little bit of a Shang-Chi chat because that's sort of news that we did get. They've brought the sets out in where are they filming? I think they're filming in New Zealand.
Yeah, I think it might be.
And they'd built what sort of looks like a big lair or arena sort of training area.
This is the problem: is Shang-Chi, who's the master of kung fu, and that was literally his tagline.
He was literally made 4 months after Enter the Dragon. Because Bruce Lee was popular. It's not really Marvel. There's so many characters that are still on the precipice of getting big characters. I know we've got casting for Black Knight and stuff like that, but huge characters to people who are in depth with it, and they're just fucking Shang-Chi then? What?
To be fair,
name out of a hat.
I think so. There was a run. Jonathan Hickman did an Avengers run, and it was Avengers World, and it's a big group of Avengers, and they go off and do stuff. Shang-Chi was one of the kind of people who always turned up in that. Because it's just Shang-Chi, and that was wow. It's Shang-Chi.
We really know all they're doing is the Eternals. I saw that there's going to be a link. Really, they're just stat padding for Secret Wars, aren't they?
They are.
That's all they're doing. There's just going to be. I feel like they're just going to throw in so many characters.
They're introducing the multiverse. So they're going to set up doing the most recent Secret Wars, and then they're probably going to do the most. They're 80 Secret War with the characters they have.
I hope they don't. I hope they give it to the Russo brothers because I don't want someone who's not capable trying to write a massive.
Or somebody like Taika Waititi could probably do it.
Yeah.
someone who can handle.
Imagine a director committee, so it's like all James Gunn, the Russo brothers, Taika, like they sort of do already, but like more hands-on with all of them. So it's like a big shared vision, because that's what Secret Wars was. And like, I mean, Infinity Gauntlet sort of was like that, because it's all like all of the sort of different visions of these characters, and they were themselves. It wasn't like one writer took over and like changed a load of backstory on each of the characters.
Well, the thing is, the biggest problem that MCU has about doing Secret Wars, as in the classic one, is the fact that they haven't got many villains.
They've got no villains. They've got fuck all heroes that like besides the Avengers at the moment.
But because the original had they had Galactus. They had Galactus there, and they had Ultron. They had the Wrecking Crew, absorbing Man and stuff.
Wrecking Crew, yeah.
They had tons of people who were just there. Enchantress was there. They could use her if they wanted, but she hasn't been introduced. It's like, you haven't got anyone.
Do you think the series are going to stat pad as well? They definitely know they're going to bring back the Netflix characters for it, and just be like, we're sorry we haven't given you films yet, but you're going to be in Secret Wars because we need you. We need people. And we need.
Don't worry though, Punisher's going to be there, but he's not going to kill anyone.
Oh yeah, of course not. He's just going to be smacking people with the butt of a gun that never fires once.
Just
I'm angry, but I can't kill you.
Maybe he just pops a few shots in the air, like that guy from The Simpsons.
Or that guy
the
from
oil money guy.
Nah, that guy from Hot Fuzz who goes and shoots in the
air. Yeah,
he goes, I want to shoot these enemies, but I can't.
From Point Break,
make it a 15.
Oh no,
Keanu Reeves.
My gun just jammed.
I can't believe we just called him that guy from Hot Fuzz, and it's Keanu Reeves.
It's not. No, I meant our buddy Nick Frost.
Our buddy, our good friend, who also sponsors the channel for today.
Should just reach out. Should just reach out to them and say, "Do you want to come on our podcast?"
Oh my god, that would be sort of mental, but they're definitely saying
desperate. No. I mean, if we were to pull out the "we're local,"
we're local to. We'll all say we pretend we live in insert name of the
actually
town again.
From
is it Walford?
The village.
What was it? What was it called?
We're from England. Well, no, because
England.
Simon Pegg is from Gloucester.
Yes, he went to my college. I can throw that out there.
Yeah, so we're close enough.
College, mate. Yeah.
I go there too. Come on my podcast.
You still go there, and I'm like,
spiritually, I do.
Spiritually, I'm always there. I wonder if any of the teachers, because I did similar lessons to him. He did film, English, and drama, and I did drama, film, and media.
My God, it's the next Simon Pegg.
So
you heard it here first.
I was definitely in the same rooms he was in, because it's not a big college. The drama studio was old and
is that your weird flex? Just I was in the same room.
Yeah, the other
Simon Pegg at
Game of
different
Thrones
times.
Is there as well. Is it
about 20 years out? That's a weird Gloucesterian name. What's it called?
Simon Pegg is a weird name itself.
Yeah, well,
Gloucesterian. You know, if I literally go I'm doxing myself here, but if I literally go 10 minutes, I'll be in Gloucester.
Well, you're in Stratford upon Avon.
Yep.
Whoops.
Right on the border of Oh no! How dare the people know where I live?
Oh, I accidentally doxed the entire city where you live. Is it a city?
Oh,
yeah, it
is. Town.
No, it's a big town though.
Yeah, it's a big town.
It hasn't got a cathedral. It's got Shakespeare's house.
Which they count as a cathedral. they would. Oh my god! I saw a book in the W.H. Smith on the High Street, and it was the history of Stratford and its locals from 1701 to 1915, and the title of that was the subtitle. The title of the book is "No, it's not about Shakespeare," and I was like, that sums up Stratford so much.
Well, I'm pretty sure that book has about 50 pages about Shakespeare. And then it's just blank pages because nothing else has happened there since Shakespeare.
Honestly, they've built a new statue on the high street right outside where I work.
Oh my god, he's been dead for a few 800 years.
Yeah,
he's gone.
It's about time he gets a statue, in my opinion. Not that he's got two already.
Oh my god!
One of them, he's got his leg up in a provocative position on one of the park benches.
Of course.
And I thought it was a living statue first, so I didn't walk past it.
Thought it was...
Then I realised it was like 1 a.m. and I'm like, what are you doing here? There's a lot of living statues in Stratford.
The eyes start following you.
Actually, like as Hotfuzz says, like the living statues are pesky fiends. They always be waving at kids and stuff, you know.
This episode has been a hell of a Snowpiercer episode.
It's just Snowpiercer is such an interesting one. Yet again, it's one of those ones that has like a lot more to talk about. It's like themes rather than like the actual film itself.
Yeah.
As you say that, we've talked about Snowpiercer for about 10 minutes.
Well.
That's it.
We've talked about trains. We've talked about
we've talked about that's close enough.
Chris Evans' beard.
Haven't talked about snow yet.
You haven't talked about snow, to be fair.
Well, it's too hot.
I think there's chance of snow at the moment.
God, no. I wish, but...
Not yet.
To date, the video is currently like 30 degrees everywhere, minimum.
It is the 8th of the 8th, 2020.
I'm telling. You just told us the date. My immersion. My immersion, Dom.
Your immersion.
You're meant to be sitting here with me. Isn't that right, viewer? Nods.
Seeing as this episode is going out on the 9th.
Well.
So it does already
it's the 9th
matter.
Then. I don't know why you said the 8th, Dom.
It's actually the 6th.
No, it's whenever the viewer's listening.
Check your calendar.
You. I'm listening to you. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm talking to you.
The one on the left, not the one on the right.
Yeah. The one who's now looking to the left.
If you're looking at the left, you do not deserve to be here.
Just pause it and get onto the right.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the reason we haven't talked about Snowpiercer is just that it's a great film.
Yeah.
So there's not really much to talk about it, apart from saying, "Oh, I like that." It's a bit.
It's another one where we just can't really fault it. We need
you don't want to just want to sit here.
Hate. We need to start watching like the IMDb's worst films, but not like the ones that everyone talks about.
No.
Have you seen Christmas Mail?
What? No,
it's one of my favourite films. No, you wouldn't have. It's one of those like Christmas 24 films. You know, the TV channel.
Oh my word!
In the opening credits is Santa's daughter, Christy North.
Ah, yes.
She works for the FedEx in America near Christmas time, answering all the letters to Santa. And
of course,
the opening scene is her. Like the mailman character, the love interest, drops like letters in a letterbox, and like this like mother and daughter like walk up to the letterbox at the same time, and it's like a little awkward interaction where it's, "Oh, I'll just give you the letters instead of putting them in there," and she's like, "Hey, thanks, Merry Christmas," and you see him carry on walking down the street, and this family like walks up their driveway, and because they don't own the house, they awkwardly just stand outside the door in the background of the shot, and they stay there in front of the door for the whole scene. That's the quality I'm talking, Dom.
We should just talk about bad films like The Rise of Skywalker.
Controversy sells, man.
Then we should also talk about films that are overrated, like Joker.
Oh my lord, Dom, mate. Dom, mate!
Oh, here comes the angry mob.
Yeah, literally pitchforks.
What are those incels going to do to me?
In fact, everyone that watched it was in fact an incel.
They just got converted. It's just that I'm the one person who didn't. That's why I can see that it wasn't that great.
That makes sense. Why Batman vs Superman is the best of the DC films?
No.
What? No? Okay.
What's that film? I've not heard of that one.
Oh.
I think I forgot that one. Same as Suicide Squad. Are you looking forward to that game?
The MCU might have peaked.
I mean, I hope not, but I can't say anything until I've seen what's coming.
True.
Hate to say that, but
sad, isn't it?
It's sad to say that you don't know if it's. We don't know if we're gonna get like this kind of promised like continuation, or if it really, because it could just drop off. I guarantee Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be great because of Taika.
I don't see them making a fifth Thor film, though. Do you?
No. Unless they have a different character.
Yeah.
I could see him doing Valkyrie.
Boring though.
It's boring. Female lead.
Not Thor, is it though?
It's not Thor. It's woman Thor.
It's Men in Woman. Sorry, Woman in Black. The Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe.
Have you watched the?
Tessa Thompson's The Woman in Black. Yes, I have.
Not the Woman in Black, the Men in Black film.
Yeah, Tessa Thompson and Luke Hemsworth in The Woman in Black.
It's so horrible.
It is very, very bad. I watched the first half of it and had to switch it off. I liked it. There was good world building again, and I was like, right, cool, Men in Black. And then nothing happened. Just nothing.
Pretty much. It's pretty much a film that didn't need to happen.
Literally, I liked all the London office stuff, and I was like, that's cool. And then I was like, actually, her backstory is pretty patchy, and it's not very good. Like, she managed to... I kind of like the...
Find them.
Yeah, exactly. I like the sort of, the alien looked too cringe. If it was like one of those little edgy, that would have been funny. If that landed in her room as a kid and like told her to like piss off and then don't follow me, and she sort of like watches it and then doesn't get like neuralized. Are we pitching a better film here? Which Frank the pug like walks into her like house and he talks to her accidentally, and then the parents get Harry Potter obliviated. And she doesn't, obviously, and she remembers the talking pug, sees the Men in Black, and then her mission is more of like it's shot like the X-Files, like, have you ever seen, how cool would that be? Like, the truth is out there, and she actually, like, does find the truth, right? We've just made a better film.
She's just sat there humming the theme to X-Files, and she's just like, don't hum that.
You don't call it Men in Black internationally, though, because it was barely international.
Internationally.
Chris Hemsworth does a very bad English accent. It's just Thor, but trying to be Bond.
It's Men in Black, but none of them are black.
Wouldn't it have been cooler if there was like more of a conspiracy to it? Like Men in Black Conspiracy would be sick. I'd still keep Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth, but like that story where she's like...
I just think that the fact that they were hoping, like, just for the
chemistry,
Thor Ragnarok, like, people like them in that. And it was like, you don't do that.
Tessa Thompson and Will Smith, but Will Smith is more of like the grizzled agent this time, would be sick.
And then have Chris Hemsworth as the villain.
Yeah. Or, like the agent who everyone loves, but it's sort of like he's actually the one who's, trying to keep this conspiracy. We are writing literally the best Men in Black film that they could ever come up with.
Guess what? That's a cliche too, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but Hollywood has cliches, and it's sort of built on cliches, isn't it?
It is.
For like a mainstream Hollywood film. But we need to do a podcast of like sort of us rewriting films of like, franchises that have taken the wrong turn, like Pirates of the Caribbean, Men in Black. What else are we talking, boys?
RoboCop, Ghostbusters.
Joker.
RoboCop, Ghostbusters. Oh,
Back to
MCU. No joke. Not back to. Oh my lord.
I don't know.
Jurassic Park. I'm actually throwing that one in there. Yeah.
Jurassic Park. I haven't seen the most recent one.
Don't.
I'm not going to. I know what happens in it. I know that at the end, the dinosaurs like take over the world or some shit.
I told my mum she's got dementia because she watched that and Jurassic Park at least 5 times in lockdown. That and Jurassic World, sorry, and she didn't realise.
Oh my god! No, but Jurassic World 3, I'm like, if the trailer looks good.
Yeah, but how did they go back? You are right. What you said is right. The dinosaurs are released. How do they go back from that now? How do you get a grounded?
I don't
like,
think
Jurassic
you do.
Park
You just
film?
you know that great film 2012 that released in 2011.
Yeah, well, 2009 was it? I can't remember.
I don't know, but you just do like 2012 Dinosaur Edition.
Yeah, but that's so boring. That looks like every B movie that's called like the Dine-Apocalypse.
All right,
it's like made in 2019.
So imagine this, right? A Sharknado, but instead of the Sharknado leads, it's Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill with big shotguns.
Do not bring
taking
them
on dinosaurs.
Literally, like I enjoy the fact that they're coming back for this last one.
Do you know what would be funny though? If they've hyped up Sam Neill and stuff returning, and then Sam Neill just gets killed like instantly.
Could do it. They'd kill James Cromwell in this one for like no reason.
I would have. Imagine if Jeff Goldblum was doing his sexy pose and then he just gets like eaten by like a T-Rex.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I want like grounded park stories of like Jurassic Park or the Lost World where they're on the other island and stuff like that. Like, I want those sort of grounded. And how, when the dinosaurs are released completely, do we get like a cool grounded story again?
We could do a crossover, right, with Back to the Future.
Oh my lord!
Where the way they solve it is by going back.
We've got to go back, Marty.
They go back to when the dinosaurs were around.
Back.
And they end up getting killed, and then the dinosaurs travel to the future.
Yes. all of it just does delve into a Rick and Morty impression after a while, doesn't it? Now it's like got to that point. You start with all like the Morty, where he's all like really loud and like at the end of his breath, and it just turns into like burps and like grizzled nihilism. And
all those incels who love Joker, who also love Rick and Morty.
Yeah, but you can't do the one like Michael J. Fox where he's like, "Oh, G-Doc," because it just turns into Morty now. Like it just does. Yeah. You're just like, Jessica. Yeah, literally, it just turns into that. Like, but I think that would be such a cool idea for a podcast if we like each of us gets given the franchise, like we pick it out of like
each of us gets given.
Oh yeah, by Warner Brothers.
Just contact Simon Pegg, ask him to give us each a film that's shit.
So we all get like, we all pick a franchise to sort of.
I choose come up with the next Suicide Squad.
Are you rebooting James Gunn's one?
No, that film could be infinitely better.
You can rewrite it like completely as well, like you can
just rewrite the entire thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Send it into DC.
Yeah, and then they go, yeah, we probably should have done that, to be honest. They send you an email, and that's all it says. Cheers, love, Warner Brothers.
Thanks for that. Shouldn't we? How long do you take on this then?
Yeah. Right, how long do you need and how much money? And you're like, hang on. They're like, yeah, we want you to make it. Go on then. Greg, what would you be interested in?
Oh,
the big 80s franchise, man. Greg, you'd have to.
Yeah.
I feel like your Robocop
I don't know. I mean, I'd love to do a sequel to a film that never got a sequel, like never got a good sequel. I mean,
interested?
Like maybe like a Highlander sequel, but good.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the first one like is absolutely just it's so satisfying. But then the second one onwards is just like it becomes like made for TV. Stick it on a VHS material.
Would you Halloween / like Terminator remake the second one?
Something like that, yeah. Like I'd certainly like play up the time travel aspects, I think.
Yeah. That's actually very interesting. I do like that choice.
And sort of like I don't know, just make it as unpredictable as possible as well, because I mean the story of the second one is pretty much just the first one.
That often happens. They're just trying to strike gold twice.
There can be only one. That's
but this time it's personal.
There we go.
Oh my God. This time Highlander 2. This time it's personal.
So Harry,
hello.
What film would you choose?
Obviously, Men in Black Conspiracy. No,
apart from Men in Black.
I don't know. I'd quite like to take my hand to Pirates of the Caribbean,
or
maybe.
Jurassic Park.
Or Jurassic Park. I don't know what I do with Jurassic Park though. I feel like
more dinosaurs.
I had a theory for what I do for Fantastic Four.
Well, but if it's rewriting something though.
Yeah, the Josh Trank I'd rewrite the Josh Trank version.
Right, just entirely rewrite it.
Definitely calling it different. Still though, for the meme.
Just say
recast 2.
It. Just in fact, just start from the bottom up.
Yeah.
And just tell them that it's a remake of that film.
Yeah.
Just better.
I'll call it a remaster. So to make it, so they just give me a load of money to digitally remaster it, and I'm actually just reshooting the whole film.
To make it better, you just had to change absolutely everything about it.
It's simple. Just change everything. That's one thing, isn't it, really?
I'm just going to need to cut like 100% of everything that he's got.
Can you get me really blunt, John Krasinski, Zac Efron, and just for reshoots, man? They're just extras, isn't it?
They've aged in the months since it released.
That would be my cast. I still don't know who I'd have for The Thing. Actually, no, but I
honestly think...
I want David Harbour.
Oh, I don't know. David Harbour.
No, David Harbour, yeah.
David Harbour's been he's too kind of the go-to guy at the moment, it seems.
But I wouldn't actually have him as David Harbour. I'd have it as in my one. I'd set it in the 60s, which is weird, but yeah, my Fantastic Four would be set in the 60s, and it would be them already. I'd skip the origins completely. Everyone knows them.
My idea for Fantastic Four would be they come from the negative zone. in the present day, and they're from the 60s.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. That would be the ending of my film, to be honest. Or like they'd be introduced in a group film, and then they'd have to go back to the 60s. We're gonna go back.
So the end of your film is the start of my film.
Yeah, like it's weird, isn't it? Yeah. I feel like that's the best way to do it. Have
just
them like
ignore the origin.
Yeah, completely.
Because everyone knows it.
Have them against Mole Man. I feel like I'd do it against.
That would be great.
Yeah, fucking. I feel like I still feel like that would be like the film that would kick off the MCU. If it was in a lull, or if some of the films weren't as successful, that would do it. Like a 60s set, really stylized, Fantastic Four movie with them fighting Mole Man. The first family of Marvel, lovely. Honestly, there could be some X-Men Easter eggs because I'm assuming Professor X was around in the Professor X and Magneto could be in like 60s. A 60s swing bar. Like, oh my god, it would be perfect. No. They would. They're both gay. We know it, Dom.
I think. Oh god, that would be that could be quite an interesting thing. To be fair, if it was like they're ex-lovers.
Yep, that's basically sort of what it should be, really, man.
Ex-lovers were an X, not EX.
X-lovers, the sequel to X-Men we always wanted.
It's the rom-com version.
Oh my lord.
They wanted the same thing, but they wanted to do it different ways.
We should spend a day writing this Fantastic Four story. That would actually be so good.
I just like Fantastic Four. It's just to me. It comes across as such an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
So how do you cock it up 3 times? And honestly, the first film is bad because they spend so much time doing the origin.
Yeah, everyone fucking knows it, man. Like,
and they change stuff about the origin. It's like Doctor Doom should still be from Eastern Europe.
Yep.
You know, he should still be like the child of the kind of gypsy and stuff. Like, you know, just make it.
Oh my god,
proper.
It would be so fun. Like, and then like obviously Doom discovers time travel as well, and like, or not even time travel. It would be that in like somewhere in the negative zone, like wherever they're from, the other side of the negative zone is just the 60s, but it is 2020.
I would just do it where it's just like they go in the negative zone, they come out, and they just come out at a different point.
Yeah, beautiful that.
So basically, it's like a timeline.
Imagine that's the end of the film. Like the whole first film of Fantastic Four is them like fighting Mole Man for like the first, act and a half. Then it's like a Doom story where they have to go to the negative zone, and then when they like defeat Doom, which you think, obviously they leave the negative zone. It's 2020, and then the post-credit scene is Doom leaving the negative zone into 2020. Oh my god, that would be so fucking good, man. Imagine the cinema. Like, it would be mental. Like, it would go off. Like,
thing is, they need to just. The thing is, right, for the character of the Thing, they don't need a recognizable actor. No, really,
just a voice.
They just need a voice. And I honestly think someone like John DiMaggio.
Oh my, that would be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Because
I'm not
the thing
joking.
The thing is, he could. If you actually look at him.
Yeah, he looks.
They could get him in person to get a bit more in shape to play.
Not
Ben
even
Grimm.
though, man. Like, I feel like if it's just flashbacks, and there's ever like
a
really 1960s like Apollo 11 looking mission with like the Reeds and all of that, and like Reed Richards and all of them, and it just showed like DiMaggio's face inside the helmet. I would have John Krasinski and Emily Blunt though. I feel like they're perfect, like an actual married couple.
Yeah. Emily Blunt is a bit like I don't really care. Like
she's got the chops for it though. She really is such a good actor.
Yeah, but it's like she said she didn't want to do it. So
bastard.
But then it's like you can't really think of anyone else because John Krasinski would be really good at it.
Maybe like Alice Eve. I don't know, someone like that.
But like I was thinking, Ewan Grufford, whatever the guy who played Reed Richards and. I would give him a chance to play someone else because his acting career got ruined by Harvey Weinstein.
Definitely.
I'd be like, you're having a big role.
He would be very good.
Like, just take, it's yours to take it. So
maybe do something with him with like the Black Knight and like the King Arthur sort of stories. That would be very interesting.
Yeah. Thing is, I would have him. So there's a character, right? A Welsh character from Captain Britain called Di Thomas, who's a policeman.
Amazing.
And he hates superheroes. You have Ian Grufford play him.
He would be.
He becomes a superhero because he gets connected to the Welsh Knight of the Round Table. Like,
oh my god, that's amazing!
I can't remember what his name is, But I was thinking like
Galahad?
you'd have Di Thomas, and then you'd have the night guy. I can't
Is
remember
it
what his name
Galahad?
is. I think it might be.
That's the name of him in Kingsman. That's one of the Round Table members.
He's Welsh, though.
I think so.
I think it might be, but I think it might be a Welsh name.
Yeah.
As well. But like, I'd have him, and then I'd have Luke Evans.
Oh, Luke Evans
as
all the British
like
actors.
Super guy. Yeah,
that'd be so good.
This is my made up Captain Britain film, but it's not going to happen.
I genuinely think we could handle parts of the MCU casting and sort of the storyline quite well. That'd be very fun.
But the thing is, right, when I think about it, I usually think about like who I want to play the characters as well.
Yeah.
And like you can't do that because they'll just take your script and say, "All right, see ya."
Yeah. Who we can get marketability on and stuff like that. So shut up. Let us do. I mean, the casting director she is very good for like the Marvel ones, but like also we want more control.
I was kind of wondering, like, if us three were to write a short film and do it, and then it was to get like picked up by someone.
Yeah.
If we were to cast people we know, like, I wonder would they try and still slap a casting director on there?
Yeah.
She did
probably
stuff.
I feel like if she does the contracts and all that, which we clearly couldn't do, like, yeah.
Just write it down on paper. You sign over your soul for £5 an hour.
Oh, what I was going to say. What was I going to say? I was thinking, imagine like a really expensive end credit scene for the like the Fantastic Four. It wouldn't even be end credit scene. That like where the Baxter Building was in relative to like 2020 is like maybe like Stark Tower or something like that. You know, when it used to be Stark Tower, like that. No, I'd
have it as like a shield, a kind of undercover shield base that was taken over.
Would you throw one of the Avengers into the end?
Oh no,
no,
I wouldn't. Unless it was like Doctor Strange.
Literally just for the funny.
Finding out about Doctor Doom.
Ah,
because of the magic side.
That would be sick. Yeah, they both square up with like one of their magic like defenses, and it's sort of like
just like literally the entire post-credit scene, just them like to kind of do like a stare down.
You know, he's like orange shield hand magic. You know, imagine if Doctor Doom's is like green and they just face up against each other. Like interesting that they both could. Oh, that would be. Oh my god, it would be like literally cinema porn. That like that is like the hype building of something like that. Just Benedict Cumberbatch doing one of his like the Rock eyebrows when he sees that they've both got like the magic defense position. Oh my god!
So that's the thing. It's like I was talking to James about DC Fandom because they announced the Suicide Squad game yesterday.
Looks sick. Is that Bizarro or Superman? Can't tell.
It's Superman. I was like, it's the Man of Steel. It's Superman.
Yeah,
it's definitely. And then people were like, it's Bizarro, isn't it?
I don't think it's Bizarro. I think it's just him doing his eyes, isn't it?
I think it is. But then I looked on the Instagram, I think it was, or Twitter. DC themselves had commented saying the Man of Steel better watch out.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah,
it's the Suicide Squad going after Justice League. That's pretty obvious.
I read it was like one of the things, like someone's description was like, and it was like, and the familiar bad guys that you always face, the Justice League, and it was like, hang on,
yeah,
it's like, imagine fighting the Flash, bruh. How? Simply how? Which member of the Suicide Squad can fight the Flash? Boomerang? I know it would be Boomerang, but like, how does Boomerang do it?
He doesn't.
How is he allowed to be a Flash villain? Do you know what I mean? That's not fair.
He's not. He's a classic one.
I do want Reverse Flash as part of the Suicide Squad. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, they did that.
I want the Legion of Doom rather than the Suicide Squad. But if they can have like Harley
Quinn
as well. To
be fair, the thing is, the Suicide Squad is literally anyone.
Exactly. I
think
it's going to be
not Lex Luthor and the Joker.
One of the main ones. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think See, Peter Capaldi is actually playing Deathstroke.
Oh my god!
The whole time.
Is that true? I don't know if.
I mean, it'd be a hell of a role, wouldn't it?
It could be.
If they just had like an aged kind of Deathstroke, because
I've seen the set photos of Polka Dot Man.
That's so obvious. Is
that is it something Dalsmashian?
David Dalsmashian.
David, yeah.
Yeah.
His costume looks funny as hell. Literally all the set photos that they've been is people squaring up to each other, like team walking lineups.
Or walking.
Yeah. There's been no like You know when that set photo leaked for Endgame, like ages ago, when they were by the car, and it was when they decided to both go back to 1974.
Yeah.
Like that was like the set photo, and everyone's like, "What could it mean?" Because there's so much to tell. All of these ones are just dudes walking.
It's like the early one release. It was like you can see a bunch of people in their costumes.
It was like Pete Davidson and all that.
And it was the only like recognizable person, like character, was that woman who looks like Mongol, because she has like the purple and the orange. And it was like, that's definitely, like, there's no other character that it could be. Like, obviously it's obviously not gonna be him, because she's a woman.
I'm like 90% sure they're just gonna die within a minute, and it's gonna be hilarious because it's James Gunn.
I don't think all of them are. I think we're gonna have a few.
Sean Gunn probably won't as well. But like, I'm pretty sure most of that lineup that were walking are all sort of like comedy actors or lesser known ones, but still like sort of celebrities. So if they all die within like one wave of fighting, that would make me howl.
I don't think Peter Capaldi's going to die.
He wasn't in that lineup though, so I feel like he's
not been in any.
Someone said he was one of the main villains, and I can't remember who they said he was.
I hope not. I really don't want him to be a villain in this, because that should be like a typecast kind of thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I know, not really, but kind of.
No, I know what you mean. Like, it would be. You would cast him as a villain because of like Doctor Who being so like,
he's a British.
Yeah,
he's a British actor,
intelligent person who's. If you're British and intelligent, you're a villain to Americans.
A.K. Mark Strong.
Honestly.
Yeah, Charles Dance.
Charles Dance.
Yeah. Who else? Tom Hiddleston.
Oh my god, we've been going an hour and 20 minutes. Oh my Lord.
I mean, that was a good discussion about Snowpiercer, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
We talked about Snowpiercer and related topics, to be honest.
And Snowpiercer,
bit of news in
Thomas the Tank Engine, Avengers, all related.
Definitely. Avengers 1, a film coming to cinemas near you. April 24th, 2012.
Whenever they open.
Know. So this is the one episode where we've basically just gone off on it's just been a tangent the whole episode, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, when it's 30 degrees, it's kind of like...
It was fun.
Rough to try and focus.
Best episode so far.
Rapidly needs drink and is definitely dehydrated.
Oh, yeah. My mouth is certainly going now. It's one of those things.
It really is.
Thanks for watching, listening, not watching.
Yeah.
I mean, you can watch it. You can watch the image on YouTube if you really want to.
It's very riveting.
If you really want to, it's
what we love to see.
I mean, yeah. Harry, have you done a thumbnail for it?
Yeah, I'll do one now.
Nice bit of admin.
Bit of admin there
for everyone.
This is the behind the scenes bit.
Imagine BTS, not the Korean band that's intolerable to see on Twitter.
Yeah,
but just behind the scenes.
But at 1 minute and 23 minutes almost, it's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.